Hello, happy Team Tuesday training day. Sorry, a few minutes late tonight. For those of you joining live, welcome. I'm Jacqui Duran, independent Scentsy superstar consultant. And tonight, my oldest came by after work. She got a promotion at her work tonight, so it was official. So had to celebrate her accomplishment. So proud of her. So tonight, guys, we are talking all about the Scentsy holiday season. Yep, it's the holidays. It's like officially the holidays. Here I am like looking at the date. I've like written it 50,000 times a day. It's the 17th of the month, for those of you following along in the calendar. Shockingly, we are almost to Thanksgiving. Still trying to nail down that menu. It's my type A showing right now because gives me stress. I need to plan. I need to have everything laid out. I'm very type A when it comes to that. So it gives me anxiety until it's done and over with. Let's put it that way. So anyway, I'm kind of excited for the holidays. Personally, I love the holidays. I love the holidays. It's my favorite time of year. Yes, it's cold. I live in Kansas City, Missouri, and we truly experience all of the seasons, sometimes all of those in 1 week. But we truly do get all the seasons. So yes, we get the snow and we get the ice and we get the cold. And in fact, my oldest and I were just sitting there talking, and we were both kind of complaining about the cold, but at the same time, both kind of, welcoming to it, I guess. I don't know. But then as we were sitting there chatting, or dreading driving in it. Does anybody else hate driving in the gunk? I hate driving in the gunk. The one piece of advice that my father gave to me when he was teaching me to drive when I was 15 was always assume that everyone else on the road is going to do the stupidest thing possible, so that way you can prepare for it. And so that is how I drive. I drive assuming that the guy next to me is going to be stupid enough to weave into my lane, or the guy sitting at the stoplight or at the stop sign is not going to see me and is going to pull out in front of me. I'm always prepared for those things. So like today it was really rainy and drizzly and windy and blah. And so I was making a delivery on my lunch break at work and driving out on the highway, and it never fails. You have the people that are going like 35 on the highway, and then you have the people that are going like 89 on the highway. It's like one or the other. You can't find that middle ground. So other than driving in it, I love the winter. I love the holidays. I love to decorate. There's certain traditions that I do with my family, with my children especially, and we were just sitting here talking that, I was like, gosh, why can't it be easier for you guys like it is with our little one who's going to be 6 at Christmas. Oh my gosh, she's going to be 6 at Christmas. Where I could get like the fun, easy gifts. It's really easy to shop for her. I can go to the Disney store online and like buy a blanket and she's happy, and buy some Play-Doh and crayons and a coloring book and she's happy, Whereas my oldest is wanting a laptop, and my son, who's 14, wants a custom computer built for his gaming. And it's just like, ugh, can't we go back to the days of Play-Doh? All right, there's my rant for the evening. I'm done. All right, so holidays. I truly am excited for the holidays. I love it. I love it. And I really love Scentsy at the holidays for lots of reasons, which we will be discussing this evening. All right, so first of the month, let's talk. First of all, It's been a long day. We have warmer and scent of the month. I don't know if you guys subscribe to this. If you are a consultant, I'm speaking to the consultants in the room. If you are not currently subscribed to scent or the warmer of the month kits, I really want you guys to try to aim for subscribing to at least the scent of the month every single month. I think that it is an amazing resource that we have as consultants. I personally have now gotten into the habit with my business as I've grown. Okay, let me put it that way. Because when I first started out, I didn't do warmer of the month, and I did scent of the month when I made enough commission, because I always pay for my scent or my warmer of the month with my Scentsy commission. It does not come out of my personal checking or credit cards or anything like that. It strictly comes off of my commission. So back when I was first doing Scentsy and first starting Scentsy, and I didn't have a very large customer base, and I got lucky some months to get my 150 in. Yeah, those months, I couldn't do it. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't do it. So I would wait until the month started. And then what I would do, because the scent is still 10% off, meaning a bar is only $4.50 for those of us in the US. And so I would buy like 2 or 3 bars, maybe sometimes a 3-pack of that scent of the month. So at least I would have the scent, but I would have to wait until the month started to get them, which is fine. So if that need to do it that way, even if it's just buying 1 bar, just so you can have it to sample it out. Because I say that because this month, for the month of December, is the warmer, is Let It Snow. If you guys haven't yet seen it, you obviously are not following along on my YouTube or my Instagram or my Facebook, because I've been posting the crap out of that warmer, because that has been the most popular seller for me this month. I was counting last week, and I think I had sold, how many was that? 6 so far this month, which as a warmer of the month, that is huge for me. Okay. That's huge for me and my personal customer base, because my customer base is more of the Scentsy fanatics like me, right? We order a lot of bars and we order washer whiffs and things like that. I don't have, unless I'm hosting or doing a party for a host and, they're new customers, my regular monthly business is all refill business. Okay. So it's all refills of scent bars and circles and washer whiffs and things like that. So for me to sell 6 of those warmers this month, I was like, OMG, this thing, seriously, it's beautiful. I have it. It's in the living room. It's beautiful. It's on all the time. I never turn it off. But I encourage you guys to, when you can, if you can make it work for you and your budget, at least subscribe to Scent of the Month. If you can, do Warmer of the Month. Now, obviously, we've talked about this before. There's lots of different reasons for doing this as a consultant. For one, you get it, if you subscribe, you can get it ahead of time. So like mine, I believe mine arrives on Thursday. So video alert, that will be coming. So you have that even before the month starts. So that way, if I'm doing home parties or anything like that, I already have the warmer and I already have the scent that I can take with me to those parties or events or whatever it is that I'm doing on like the 1st of December. It's ready to go. Okay. So I have that. I also have it because I do samples. If you are not doing samples, you need to start doing samples. Put it on your to-do list right now. Go get a piece of paper, text yourself, I'm going to do samples this weekend, whatever. Make yourself up some samples. Even if it's not, you see here, because I did samples the other day. So here's my empty winter cypress container. Even if it's not the scent of the month, I don't care. If you have any bar on hand, you need to have samples made up of something. Because why? You guys know this. Because when people experience Scentsy, they fall in love with Scentsy. Okay? And as a consultant, I think it's our duty to put Scentsy in the hands of our customers and our potential customers and our potential team members. They need to be experiencing it, because me as a consultant, for one, I want to see the warmer because I'm a Scentsy fan. But for two, when I'm describing the warmer to my customers, I really want to be able to give them that firsthand experience. I want to be able to answer those questions and be like, oh my gosh, yes, it is totally like the football. When we did the sports warmers last month and I got the football one, I had a ton of people asking me, they're like, yeah, it looks like a football. And I was like, no, feel this. It feels like literally you could hold it up and it feels like a football. It's like textured. It's a football, but it's a warmer. I want to be able to give that firsthand experience. The same thing goes with the scent. I want to be able to at least warm a cube or two of it, or if I'm doing samples, I'm doing like a whole bar at a time. But I want to be able to warm it too, because I want to be able to see, and if you guys know Scentsy and love it as much as I do, you know that Scentsy smells different from the tester to the bar to the warmer. There's different scent layers, and that's because our wax is poured in a lovingly way. So it's layered with those layers of fragrance and oil in our waxes. So yes, when I'm smelling it cold, it's going to smell completely different than when I put it in that warmer and I put some heat on it and it melts down. I'm telling you guys, there have been so many scents. I can't even count how many, to where I've had the testers or I've had bars on hand, and it's just one that I'm like, not for me. No, I don't like those kind of scents, or I don't like that one, or I sniffed it and I didn't really care for it. And then it never fails, never fails. It comes around and I'm like, I want something different. All right, I'll throw a cube of this thing in. And so I'll throw a cube of that thing in. And I'm like, where has this been? My gosh, I've been neglecting this scent. Now I'm in love with it. The problem I had fairly recently was that the scent Lucky in Love, which is discontinued, hopefully just until spring and summer, and it will be back. I did love that one in bar, and I warmed the crap out of Lucky in Love. I love it. But I do purchase scent circles a lot. Again, if you follow me, if you know me through social media, you know I have this issue with scent circles. I love my scent circles. I like my car to smell nice. But I'm also a little particular with the scents that I put in my car. There's certain scents that I put in my car because of how I want it to smell. Weird, I know. So Lucky in Love, even though I love the scent, love warming it in my home. I loved it when we had it in hand cream and body lotion. I bought it that way too. But I had never bought scent circles and put them in my car because that just wasn't a scent that I would normally put in my car. So when my husband got his new car, and he officially took over his car, and then I officially took control of my car, I had to like claim my territory, right? I'm like, I'm a woman. I'm going to claim my territory. This is my car. Now you have your car. I have my car. Because before we shared like a family vehicle, and he had the A to B vehicle that would take him back and forth to work. But other than that, we drove the main car, right? The family car. And so now it's mine. And so I was like, I'm taking this. And so by claiming my territory, it was like, I've been holding on to this Lucky in Love scent circle, and I'm going to put it in my car. And so what did I do? I went out to my car, I put it in my car, I went into work, and I came out of work and I got in my car, and OMG, I just sat there in like silence for like a good 5 minutes, just again, where had I been? I had never put that thing in my car, and I'd like cherished the crap out of that last sad little scent circle I had of Lucky in Love. I hope it comes back in spring and summer. So don't let that be you. But I want you guys to experience new scents. And the best way to do that is the warmer end scent of the month, okay? Subscribe if you can, please. All right, let's talk about holiday specials, guys, because we got some going on, okay? You guys have heard about a bricks. We got a Scentsy bricks, okay? It's almost a pound of wax. One brick is the equivalent of 5.5 bars. I'm like looking around, like, where's my brick? Hold that thought, because I think my brick's over here. Maybe. Oh man, no. No, I think it's in my super secret Scentsy stash, which happens to live in my kitchen, oddly enough. Weird. I make no promises or excuses for my eccentric ways. I don't know. I think it's got to be on my super secret Scentsy stash because it's not right here. So, but a brick, again, a brick is equivalent to 5.5 of these guys, and they are on sale right now for only $20. I still had, in fact, the 3 bricks that I currently have are the 3 bricks that I got last holiday season. These guys last forever. As long as you are storing your bars properly, they will last, okay? Trust me. I've been warming my Very Merry Cranberry and my Eskimo Kiss and my Cider Mill. Those are the 3 bricks that I got last season that were for my personal super secret Scentsy stash. And so those are the 3 that I have left. I think Very Merry Cranberry, I've got 3 or 4 cubes of that brick left. But again, just 1 brick, I can cut it into 4ths, and I can put 1/4 of that in each of my full-size warmers, and it works just fine. So that's 4 warmers with just using 1 cube of a brick. I mean, again, the wax lasts forever. It's an amazing deal, and they're only $20. They do come in, is it 6 cents? Apple butter frosting, apple s'mores, Christmas cottage, Eskimo Kiss, juniper berry, and pumpkin roll. I can count 6. So again, these guys are only for a limited time though. So once one of these sells out, it's going to be gone. So make sure that you are reiterating that with your customers. Not only, hey, you can get bricks for $20. You really want a deal? You really love pumpkin roll? Trust me, you want to go ahead and just spend $20 because it's a price break and just get the brick of pumpkin roll. You want to get it while you can because once it's gone, it's gone. Kind of like Lucky in Love. We also have the Gingerbread House. Again, another limited edition. This one is a numbered limited edition, okay? Scentsy does this. They've started this trend with us for the last few holiday seasons. I want to say only like the last 2 or 3. If it has been longer, then I just was not paying attention. But this year is the Gingerbread House. And it really truly does look like a gingerbread house. It is a 3-piece warmer, so it has the roof and then it has the dish inside. It's adorable. But it also comes with a gingerbread man ornament. So again, it's a keepsake piece. And just like the Let It Snow, if you have watched that video, I'll try and link that up there for you. But Let It Snow, it's an amazing warmer simply because that is a warmer that, for one, I will not resell because I've used it. But for 2, I didn't have a holiday warmer up until now. Shocking, I know. But I didn't have one. And so when I got that and I fell in love with it, I was like, oh, okay, this is it. This is my holiday warmer. This is officially my Scentsy holiday warmer. So every Christmas, guess what's going to be coming out? Let It Snow. Even if you don't put wax in it, it's still a beautiful decor piece. And that's the thing about some of our warmers. They truly are like little works of art, like Bali. Oh, I feel like I have a statue in my living room. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's art. And I love it. And I don't even put wax in him just because it is a perfect accent piece for my room. Let It Snow is one of those, I believe. And there's others that are just like that. Gingerbread House is one of those. So even if you have someone maybe on your holiday shopping list that isn't necessarily a huge fan of Scentsy, but they really love decorating for the holidays, that is a perfect gift. So that is how you need to be talking about it with your customers and sharing that. Because again, you want to be sharing these ideas with your customers. That is what we're here for, right? What do I always say? I don't sell Scentsy, I compliment Scentsy. All I'm doing is complimenting Scentsy and sharing it with those I meet and I care about and I love, and I want them to experience it and love it just as much as I do, because it's an amazing experience, Scentsy in and of itself. So these are decor pieces. But these, the Gingerbread House is, like I said, it's a numbered limited edition. So again, once it's done, it's done. So for those of you who, consultants, if you are looking and you've got parties out or what have you, you need to be making sure that you are doing some host education. You really need to be letting your host know, hey, guys, if anybody's talking about ordering a brick or the Gingerbread House, or even if it's something from the holiday collection, you need to be saying, hey, get me those orders so I can put them in for you. Because, again, they're limited edition. They could sell out tomorrow for all we know. We don't want that to happen. And we don't want one of our customers to then end up feeling sad because they lost out on something that they really had their heart set on. So make sure that you're communicating that. So it's the holiday season. I feel like I should be singing. It's the holiday season. Okay, I won't do that. And I'm going to share with you a piece of advice that a wise Scentsy leader once told me. If you aren't selling, you should be recruiting. What that means is, let's say this is not the greatest month for you in the way of sales. Just like nothing's happening, flatline, across the board, right? So when that happens, what do? Right? You can't go out there and force someone to buy from you, okay? You can't do that. But what you need to be doing when you're in those low dips of selling is when you need to be focusing on recruiting, okay? So you need to be really talking up the opportunity and being able to share that opportunity with others. Because here's the utter honest truth, guys. Not every month is going to be peaches and cream. If it was, I'd be a superstar director right now, coming to you from my huge, fabulous home in Fort Lauderdale or something. I don't know. I probably wouldn't live in Florida, but, you know, those months are great when we're able to have them. But I don't want you guys, and in fact, I was talking back and forth with some of my team, I don't want you guys to get discouraged when maybe you've had a really good month, you're just coming off a really great month, and like you have nothing. You're at that flatline stage this month, and you're just like, well, that was fun while it lasted. No. That is not the attitude to have. The attitude that you should be having is still keeping up your consistency of doing whatever it is that you do. If that is being on social media and doing your posts, continue to do your posts. Maybe you think nobody's paying attention. Still do your posts. If you're starting to do videos, yay, I love you. Thank you for doing more videos. Continue to do those videos. If you are a caller, if you're somebody who just meets people for cup, whatever it is that you do to get to your customers, continue to do just that, okay? Your customers don't need to know that you're having a flatline month. And for all they know, you're having just a regular month. There's no difference. Your customers should never know if you are having a bad sales month or not. Why? Because your attitude should not change. Your outlook on Scentsy should not change. By retaining and maintaining that consistent level of enthusiasm about your Scentsy business, what are you doing? You are perceiving and allowing that to be perceived that nothing has changed in your business, because nothing has changed in your business. Guys, we are in retail sales. It might be direct sales, right? But it's still retail sales. I can guarantee you that my favorite store, Target, does not have off-the-wall number of sales every single month of the year. I try and do my best to help them out. But I can guarantee you that they do not have phenomenal sales every single month. They have good months. They have bad months. Okay. I work for a very large health system. Okay. I can tell you, because I do the accounting, we have good months and we have not so good months. It is simply a matter of business. Okay. That is how you react to those months that is going to be the key defining factor. So again, your customers should never know if you are having a slow sales month or the best sales month you have ever had. Why? Because your enthusiasm and your passion and your spirit for Scentsy is always on the same level. You're right there all the time, happy and excited, sharing it, sending out samples. Here we go. Who wants one? Let's go, guys. Nothing should change. And trust me, if you continue that and you keep that mindset, you're going to notice a difference. Okay? You will. But again, it's about working through those rough months because you're sustaining yourself for those great ones. That's exactly what you're doing. And so if you're having trouble on getting those sales, if you're having a flatline month, then that's when I want you to focus your attention on recruiting. Because if you just know that nothing's happening this month in sales, okay, you have called everybody, you have done all of your follow-ups with previous customers and hosts, and just nobody's buying, and everybody's like, nope, too busy, can't do it. Do you want to do I have pouch parties that were ready to go. All you do is carry it around with you and collect orders. You can still get your host rewards. No, I don't have time to do that either because I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I just have too much to do, and I've got Thanksgiving on my mind. Yes, I do, but I can't do it. I just can't Okay, fine, no problem. No problem. So if you know that you're at that point to where you've kind of exhausted all of those means, then hit the reboot button. That's what that update button is there for, guys. Update you. Okay. Boop. Timeout. Sales aren't working for me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to refocus my attention. Let me start talking to those people who maybe were a really great host for me last month, the month before, or even 6 months ago. And you need to be calling them up. And you need to be reminding them about the Scentsy opportunity. And you need to be talking about it. So call those people. Call those people. If your primary means of communication with those people, and I do have plenty that are different, right? I have customers, team members, hosts. I have potential team members, things like that. There are certain forms of communication that we just use, right? So for my downline or my customers who only like doing text, then calling them is going to seem weird, right? Because that's not normally how we would communicate. Okay. So I'm going to continue whatever form it is that I communicate with them on a regular basis on. So whatever that is, do that. But if you can meet them in person, if they are local to you, I highly suggest trying to do that. What I do with mine is I ask them to meet me for coffee. Coffee's on me. You want to go have a coffee and let's chat. And the people that you need to be contacting, those are going to be your previous hosts or what I like to call my VIP hosts. My VIP hosts are my hosts that they host for me on a consistent, regular basis. Like every other month, they host a party for me. Those are my VIP hosts, right? Those are the people I know that I can go to time and time again, and they're kind of on a consistent pattern of hosting. Those are the people, and yes, I have a handful of them who I ask them every single time, at least once a month. I offer that opportunity, and every single time they're like, no, I kind of like how we're doing it. I like you being my consultant, and I like hosting, and I like getting the rewards, and that's all I like doing. I don't want to do the rest. It's fine with me. It's commission in my pocket. It's fine for me. But just so you know, you could be making money off of your own sales. Just saying. But I'm more than happy to put it in for you. That's literally how I lay it out for them, okay? It is bare bones. This is me, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to fluff it up. That's just how it is. It's plain and simple. Maybe I'm just being too blunt and honest. I don't know, but they still love me ridiculously enough. But you need to be calling them to do your follow-up. So go ahead and reach out to those previous hosts. Those are your recruit leads. Okay. Even if you've already asked them before, it does not mean that you cannot ask them again, because a no today does not mean a no forever. Okay. Trust me. Trust me. I have people on my team who I asked multiple times if they wanted to join, and they said, no, I'm good. And the next thing I know, I turn around, they're like, so this Scentsy thing. All right, so break this down for me. And that's when they're suddenly, for some reason, for whatever reason it was, something clicked and made them change their mind and want to explore the opportunity. Even though I'd asked them like 20 other times and they said no 20 other times, for some reason, this happened to be the time that they said, hey, let's talk about this. It happens all the time. Okay, so that's why I don't ever want you to stop asking. So those are the people who obviously they have a passion for it anyway, because they're either a recurring host or they just hosted and they're still coming off that host high, is what I like to call it, the glowing host, where they're still just very excited about their purchase and how they got this. It's such a great deal. And, you know, those are the consultants, or the consultants putting the horse in front of the cart, or the cart in front of the horse, aren't I? Those are the hosts that are going to be your recruit leads that you're going to really be talking to. So invite them out to coffee and just talk about what you do as a Scentsy consultant. Offer the option of, you know, hey, I have to deliver some orders next Saturday. You want to ride with me? It's taking a ride in the car. Okay. Hey, you want to ride with me and we'll stop for coffee again next week, or we'll, you know, go in and get some shopping done while we're out running around, whatever it might be. Invite it that way. Make it more casual. Okay. Again, it's building relationships. We are in the relationship business. Another good way is to make up some flyers to contact you for the business opportunity. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can order things through Staples, Vistaprint, UPS does printing, or you can get on Word and you can type it out and print it and still have just as much appeal as you would with ordering it from some company. So don't think that it has to be la-di-da to do anything. Okay, it doesn't. I actually personally, I think that making your own things is kind of better, but that's just me. But anyway, make up something, and I want you to put them up at those public places, right? The library, the grocery store, when you go into the bank. Sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but my bank has like a little lobby, I guess, there. Well, in the lobby, it's like a little table where they have it set up as like the pen station, you know, where you can fill out your deposit slips and all of that. And they've got like a little bulletin board there. And every single time I go into the lobby, what happens? I put a product list and a join brochure and my business card on that board. I do the same thing at the grocery store every time I go to the grocery store. I keep them in my purse, and literally I just pull it out of my purse, stick it on the board, and walk into the grocery store. But I'm posting it where I'm going, right? Borrow bags. We have totally talked about borrow bags, but trust me, they work. What do I say? When people experience Scentsy, they fall in love with Scentsy. Why? Because it's amazing. And especially for somebody who has never tried Scentsy and really doesn't know about it, or has never had a warmer, or even been to a house that had a warmer and saw it in action or smelled it in action, it's going to be like a whole new experience for them. So I guarantee you, by loaning them one of your warmers, and it can even be one that you use, right? I do that all the time. I take the ones that I use for my own personal use, and I say, hey, I'm going to give you my warmer. You're going to borrow it for a week. Here's a couple bars. I usually will give them one full bar of scent of the month, and then I will usually give them at least 1 to 2 other bars. And usually that comes, and I'm going to steal Kimberly's saying, of my onesie twosie bars, because I've got gobs of them in my super secret Scentsy stash, where I've either made samples or I've bought it but didn't completely fall in love with the scent, or I liked it for like a week and then I didn't warm it again and I kind of got out of the mood and moved on to another scent. I have an addiction. But I have those bars. So even if I have bars that only have like 3 or 4 cubes in them, then I will give them like 1 or 2 of those. So again, they're getting to experience a little bit of a variety. Like I said, I usually will do 3 bars in a borrow bag. One of them is usually a scent of the month. And then the other 2 are usually ones that are missing a few cubes, simply because I've got it in my super secret stash. And if I'm not using it, then someone else might as well be using it, right? Because otherwise it's just going to sit there till I make samples or give it away. So the borrow bags are great. But again, they're getting to take it into their home, experience it, and enjoy it and love it just as much as we do. Holiday mailouts. Is this your first holiday season with Scentsy? So I got my holiday cards. Oh. Y'all know I'm big about my handwritten cards. I will say it 1,000,000 times over. Do handwritten cards. Make it personal, okay? You don't want to be the cookie cutter consultant, right? You guys have heard the Walmart story bag, right? Where they got the warmer and it was just in a Walmart sack with their bars and that was it. Sad and lonely and boring. So we dress up our warmers, okay? We want them to be visually appealing. Kimberly did a great video on showcasing what she did for the fall. I thought it was beautiful. I looked for some leaves like that at my Michael's, which is my local craft store, and couldn't find any that like work like that. Just kind of bummed. I did find some poinsettia ones, but I don't know. I didn't grab them. They didn't speak to me. But tissue paper works wonders. Tissue paper and ribbon work wonders. Dress your orders up somehow. But so if this is your first holiday season, I want you to do some mail outs. I do. So even if it's not going out, I'm buying like a box of, holiday cards. It can be a blank card and you can just write on it. Okay. Again, don't have to be fancy. But the whole point is we're building relationships with our customers and our hosts. Those are the people that I want you to be sending those cards out to, because all you need to know, or all they need to know, is that you are thanking them for their business for throughout the year. And that is simply all that is. Okay. That's what I want you to do. I encourage you. I double dog dare you, please. Do some type of a holiday card. Okay. I like to include in mine because I like to build those relationships. So I try to kind of let my passion show. And so I always do something fun. In fact, what I'm doing this year is I'm doing in all of my holiday cards, I'm actually printing it out. I'm actually printing it on regular paper, and then I'm just like Mod Podging it to a pretty piece of cardstock. You just tape it. I don't know. I have this Mod Podge that I've been staring at for a while, so I'm like, I need to use my Mod Podge. So it's the only reason I'm using Mod Podge, but you can totally tape it, stick it, whatever. Just on cardstock, which you can get at the craft store for cheap. And then I'm putting it in the cards. And what I'm doing is, and I'll probably do a video about it, but it says Jacqui's top 5 things I bet you didn't know. And what I'm doing is I'm just sharing 5 things about me personally that I'm guessing that my customers and my hosts don't know about me. You guys know me. I'm a pretty much an open book here. This is like my weekly confessional. I will share with you my deep, dark secrets. Well, not my deep, dark secrets, but my, my fails, look, this is how I've been doing it. It's sad. Some of the things are just sad, but that's me. And I feel that, I don't need to put on that persona of always having the latest and greatest and best ideas ever, because I don't. I learn every single day. So yeah, there's probably a lot that my customers do know about me, but I guarantee you there's some fun facts in there that they had probably no idea, because a lot of my customers, you guys know this, a lot of my customers are all social media based. So I have never met a lot of my customers in person ever. They all live in different states. So they see me in videos, or they, get my cards or my samples, my mail outs, whatever. But this is just my way of showing more of me. Again, building upon that relationship and continuing that out. And I know this might sound a little cheesy, but gift ideas. And I'm still talking about recruiting. Yes, I know it sounds cheesy, but trust me, some people think of this. So, give the gift that keeps on giving. Give yourself a business for the holidays. Because what happens, guys? What happens? Especially if you're a husband or a wife, or maybe you're, a younger college student, or you're just, graduating or whatever, and you just want something for you. And somebody's going to come to you, whether it be your spouse, whether it be your partner, whether it be your parents, and say, hey, what is it that you want for Christmas? Some people are going to say, I want something for me. And then they're going to think and go, oh, what do I want for me? Well, I don't know. I don't really know what I want. Put the bug in their ear about gifting a business for the holidays. Okay? In the US, it's $99 to join, people. This is literally the gift that keeps on giving. If you work it, it keeps on giving back to you every single month. So put the idea out there. Bookings. People are busy this time of year. Are you guys busy? I am busy. Have I told you about my Thanksgiving struggles? People have errands to run. Kids are out of school. You might have family in town. You might be going out of town. You've got dinners. You've got family get-togethers. You've got work get-togethers. If you have a day JOB, or your spouse has a day JOB, whatever, you've got all these holiday parties that you have to show up for, and the kids have their recitals and all of this and blah, blah, blah. Everything is going on around this time of year. So a lot of people are just, honestly, they do not have the time in their schedule for that home party. Reminding them of the pouch party and the bag party options is ideal. Because again, these are your people who, they love Scentsy and they're ready for Scentsy, but they don't have time to host a party, but they still want the host rewards, and they're going to be around friends and family anyway. So that is a really good way to help spark those booking conversations, right? Like, oh yeah, you have family in town for the holidays. Oh, I completely understand. Yep, that's hectic. Yep, I understand the struggle, getting the house ready and everything else. You know what? How about, to make it a little bit easier on you, make it maybe a little bit more welcoming for your guests? Maybe they don't have a warmer yet. Or if they do, say, you know what? Hey, I've got a couple bars in my Scentsy stash at home. I'm going to bring you, and you can just enjoy them. And I'll even bring over like some testers for you in a pouch party, and you can just kind of have them. So if somebody asks, you've just kind of got them on hand if it's a conversation starter. No stress, no commitment, no nothing. Just hang on to these guys for like 2 weeks during your get together. Because what happens on those get togethers, on the holidays, on Thanksgiving, what happens? Everybody's sitting around either watching the television or chatting or playing games or what have you while the cooking is being done. And then even after the cooking's done, what are people doing? Sitting around watching the TV, playing games or whatever. Why not have some testers sitting out there for them? So you're kind of setting them up, right? You're giving them something to entertain their guests and their family members while they're at their house. You're helping them. But that's a really great way, because I can tell you from experience, I have had so many of those that I've just said, here, hang on to this for 2 weeks over Thanksgiving. And, I'll talk to you that later that weekend. I don't like call them like the next day because that's hectic. But I will usually like call them like that Monday or Tuesday after Thanksgiving and be like, hey, how did it go? Did everybody enjoy the, Christmas cottage that I left for you or whatever, and then kind of see, hey, did anybody smell the testers? What they think? Or have them make it fun and into a game. Have everybody pick like their absolute top favorite scent. And maybe as a bonus for being such a great host for you or customer for you for the year, let them know that out of the 10 testers that you left them, whichever one that everybody picked as their absolute favorite scent, you're going to give them the free bar for it. So, then that way they're more apt to pull it out and make everybody tell them which one they love the most, because they're going to be like, hey, if everybody picks one and I have a winner, then my consultant's going to give me a free bar of it. So start sniffing. And again, when people experience Scentsy, they fall in love with Scentsy. So the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, the grandmas, the grandpas who maybe have not experienced Scentsy, you are putting that into their hands. Okay. So I want you to have some pouches or bag parties made up and get them out of your house for the holiday weekend. For one, I don't want you guys working on the holiday. I want you guys to truly make time for your families. Okay. For most of us, that is why we work our business, right? For our families, for our kids, to put money back into our household, to have that Christmas money, to pay off the credit card debt. Do you know that my Scentsy this month paid for both of my car payments? This is why I do Scentsy, people. I'm able to give some financial breathing room to my husband and I's family budget. We are trying to buy a home, and a home is an expensive thing. So by having Scentsy take care of some of that stress, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. I'm gonna get all emotional about it. I can't even tell you how great that was for me to be able to say, honey, don't worry about the car payments. I'm going to pay both of those today. It was a defining moment for me. And it really validated me to be able to say, this is why I choose Scentsy. This is why I decided to be a consultant. So I could get to this point, so I could do everything that we talk about every single week and do it consistently. I've been doing this and really putting my heart and soul into this since January. That was my kickoff last year, was January, and really like putting myself into gear. And I went all the way from lead consultant to superstar consultant in that time. We'll see where we are come January to see if I make my goal of director. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not putting my eggs all in that basket. I'm not going to sit here and say, yes, that's totally in the bag. No, I have my inspirational motivation that my phone beeps at me every day to keep me motivated and on track. And I hope that that's where I'm going to be. But that is why I do what I do. Okay. And this is probably one of the reasons that you, if you're a consultant, are working your business as well. There's a reason and there's a point to where you're trying to get to in your business. And I want you guys to be able to experience that, because like I said, it was truly a defining moment for me. It really, really was. And if I could give that to all of you, I would give that moment to all of you, because I had no words. No words. I'm being all girly right now. Sorry. Okay. Back on track. Okay. Bookings. So focus on trying to book your December and January. Okay. Again, people are busy this month, and they're probably kind of busy in December too, but at least try and push those bag parties or pouch parties out. Get them out of your house. Those are your little employees. Get them out there. Get them working. Okay. They're your employees. You put them to work. And I tell people all the time, hey, here, you're going to babysit this for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Carry it with you wherever you go. When you go to your job, when you go to the store, when you go to church, when you go to this, when you go to that, when you go to Thanksgiving dinner, take it with you. Take it with you everywhere you go. Make people smell it. If they like it, they will order it. And then you are going to get host rewards. But I want you to really work on filling up your calendar. So again, maybe your November is flatlining right now. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. You came off of a good month, or you just started, or you're still just kind of getting into the groove of Scentsy. Okay. Again, we're going to have our ebbs and our flows, right? It's a natural business progression. Taken enough classes in college and paid enough money for that to be able to tell you that that is a natural business progression. It is going to happen, and it should happen for a healthy business. But I want you to work on filling up that calendar, okay? Because if nothing else, kick off January with a bang, okay? Try and fill up January. Make it a goal. I want to book 6 parties for January, and I want them out there. You can always offer a personal incentive for booking parties. Again, make it within your budget. Theme parties are great this time of year. The ugly sweater, the ugly candle party. You can do a Black Friday party, and it does not have to be on Black Friday, people, okay? It can be like on Saturday, which happens to be Small Business Saturday, right? Where people are supposed to shop local. Do an event at your house and be like, hey, it's Shop Local Saturday. Come to my house. I'll have all my stuff out. You guys can all just come and have a free-for-all and go at it. Do it that way. Make it fun. Or pack up a bag of your stuff and say, you know what? Let's all go meet for coffee, and go meet them for coffee or meet them wherever and have your stuff with you. Now your customer base. So this is kind of your sales piece of it. But this is where your follow-up comes into play. So whether you just joined last month or whether you joined 3 years ago, you have customers in that contact tab of your workstation, because you've at least put in a couple orders, at least, okay? I want you to go back and call them. Even if it's been 6 months since and maybe you haven't done any follow-up, that's okay, because we hit that update button, we hit a reboot button. We are going to try something new, and we're going to go for it. And you're going to reach out to them. So who cares if it's been 6 months? Who cares if it's been a year? I want you to reach out to them either in an email or a phone call or what have you, and just do a quick follow-up. Hey, remember when you ordered at Melanie's party back in June, and these are the scents that you ordered, and you ordered Beach, happened to be one of them, and we still have Beach available, but we also have this amazing new scent, Cashmere Pear, that I think you're going to love. It's one of my personal favorites. So I just thought I'd check in with you to see if you needed any new scents before guests came over for the holidays, and we can get your order in, and your house will be smelling divine for your family and for your guests that are going to be coming over for the holidays. Is there anything I can get for you? I'm putting in an order. That's all it is, right? It's a quick check-in, okay? You're not asking them for their unborn child. You're not doing anything but checking in and putting the opportunity out there. Hey, I'm putting in an order, and I thought of you. If you where was I? Follow-ups. Oh, sorry. Anyway, keep in contact with those customers. So do your follow-ups. And that might be part of what, you put in your holiday cards. And if you don't want to do cards, if you want to just do more electronic, do a newsletter. You can go to madmimi.com. You can go to mailchimp.com. And you can do a free newsletter. It looks very professional. You can put it in there. You can put in your contacts and do it that way. And again, I highly suggest trying to be more personal if you're going to reach out to customers that way. Show them you, because that's how they're going to relate to you, is because of you. Be you. Don't be the car salesman. We've talked about that. Do not ever be the car salesman. You want to build your customer base. And again, building your customer base is built off of you and your relationships. Your holiday schedule. So I'm going back to this. I did kind of skip around, didn't I? You have stuff to do, I'm sure, this holiday season. So schedule your time to accommodate it. Oh my gosh, guys. I remember that there was a Scentsy corporate training probably like last holiday season that I listened to. And it was a star or superstar director. And she was talking about how she made it a point that during the holiday season, what she did is, because she was very like calendar oriented, and she was a stay-at-home mom. But on this day, this is what she did to work her business, and this day, this is what she did. But she actually took the time to plan her holiday schedule out for her family. So she literally carved out time for her family and said, okay, from the 25th to the 28th, I am not going to be available. So what did she do? She sent out a very quick email to all of her customers and just said, again, it was more of that touching of the bases, hey, I'm checking in with you. Hope your holidays are great. You've got your plans going. Just a heads up, if you need anything, feel free to contact me on or before November 25th, and I'll be happy to put that order in for you. However, I am going to be spending some holiday quality time with my family. So from the 25th until the 28th, I will not be able to, or I'll have limited access to my email, but feel free to email me with any questions that you might have. And when I return back to work on the 28th, I will be more than happy to get back with you, and we'll jump right in and get what you need for the holidays. And it was that just very brief, quick touching of the base with those customers. Now, what did that do with her customers? Did they turn up their nose and go, oh my gosh, she is totally not going to do anything for 3 days? Well, screw that. I am totally not ordering with her. No. Do you know that she got more sales than she ever had simply because she was upfront and honest? And you know what? People respected her for that. And they connected with her for that very reason. So do not hesitate. And I will always tell you, be upfront and honest with your customers and give them those realistic expectations. Because trust me, if you didn't send out that email, right, and you're the person who maybe checks your email every day and you're like quick to follow up, and you didn't send that email, but for 3 days you were like, nope, I'm not touching my Scentsy business. I'm going to have fun with my family. I'm not doing it. It's the holidays. I'm taking the days off. Perfect. But you at least got to tell your customers, because if you don't, and they're emailing you or they're texting you or they're calling you and they're not, or Facebooking you, and you're not responding to them, that is when they're going to turn up their nose. But if they know in advance and you've told them in advance, this is what's going to happen, they can accept that. They're probably parents and moms and have families just like you do, and can very much appreciate the fact that you are putting your family first, or yourself first. Maybe it's you just, saying, you know what? This is for me. I'm taking a 3-day break. They can respect that, and they will respect that. Okay. Just be open and honest with them. You want to make sure that you're reminding your customers when the cutoff time is for holiday shipping. Now, Scentsy, I believe, says December 17th. But remember, I always aim for sooner than that. I always aim for December 10th. It just happens to be the date that I always use. And that's simply because, yes, Scentsy is trying to guarantee as much as they possibly can to have every single order out by the 17th. But just because they get it out by December 17th doesn't mean that something wonky might go wrong with UPS, and it might not come until after the holiday. Unfortunately, Scentsy has no control over UPS, and that is who our deliveries go through. So, again, I try and plan accordingly, and I make sure that my customers know. December 10th is, if you want something before Christmas, you need to order it through me before December 10th. You can, by all means, you can order after that date, but just know I can't put my stamp of approval to say, yep, I bet you'll get it before Christmas, because I don't know. I can't promise that, so I'm not going to set that expectation up there for that. So that's personally why I do a sooner cutoff for my customers. So, but it also helps me get those sales in too. So, however you want to look at that. If you happen to have stock on hand and you've got local customers, have a shop locally with me party or a holiday shopping party at Jacqui's house and invite them over to simply buy from what you might have on hand. And that very well might be, if you subscribe to Warmer and Scent of the Month, you may have a stockpile of some warm or some scent of the month that you've been trying to get rid of and nobody seems to want. Or you've got some warmers that came in for Warmer of the Month and you either A, didn't use, or you didn't resell them, and they're just sitting there on your shelf. Why let them collect dust? I mean, we're not in the business here to keep inventory on hand. I personally don't like to keep inventory on hand. I keep what I use on hand because I have my own super secret Scentsy stash, and I have my personal warmers that I use for my personal use, but I don't buy stock to keep on hand. It is not a requirement. It is not really looked heavily upon in a good light by Scentsy. They don't really like you to just like have inventory on hand. And that's one of the things I love about this business. It's not a requirement. It's not something that asks me to do. And I don't have to do it to run my business. So, and I don't do a lot of events and fairs. So I have no reason to have inventory on hand. So when I do have stuff on hand that just hasn't sold, that's when I do it. I open up my house and it's a free-for-all. Here, this is what I got. Here you go. And I do my own party. Because again, I don't like to keep inventory on hand. I'm not a warehouse. I am an independent Scentsy consultant and I am in the direct selling business. So I like to direct sell. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I've totally rambled on longer than I should have. Always remember, your business is your business. As long as you're within Scentsy guidelines, it's your business, guys. Do what works for you. Be creative. Think outside of the bar, as I always say, and think of some fun ideas. Be you. Again, you heard me talk a lot tonight about building relationships because I truly feel that our Scentsy businesses run better when they are relationship based. So I encourage you guys to build those relationships with your customers, because the better relationships that you build, the better customer loyalty and the wider customer base you're going to build. Because what happens when you have a very loyal customer who loves their Scentsy and their friends come over to their house or their family comes over to their house on Thanksgiving and says, oh my gosh, it smells like baked apple pie. You made apple pie? No, I made pumpkin. But I have baked apple pie in my Scentsy warmer. Isn't that awesome? And then they're going to go, oh. All right, guys. There's your holiday Scentsy business tips. Either I rambled on too much or it's just late and I'm tired. I don't know which. Hope those kind of give you some ideas, spark some interest. I would love to hear your ideas, so feel free to comment below. So those of you consultants, comment below. If you are on the fencers and you're thinking about joining, waiting to join, wanting to join, give yourself the gift of Scentsy this year. My website is down there in the comments or in the description there. So if you need that, you've got that. And feel free to, you know me, I'm here to network and give what I can, and what I can is me. So yeah, I'm not the superstar director. I'm not the #1 in sales overall, but I am here to be me and share what I can with you guys. So hope to inspire you and give you some ideas, and maybe you'll have some takeaways from it. So enjoy the rest of your week, and make sure you hit that like, subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share this video if you'd like, if you found some of my tips and rambling interesting and helpful. But make sure you're subscribing, because I got a video coming this week that you're not gonna want to miss. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great evening. Peace, love, happiness. Bye.